We see Ron DeSantis say Trump's January 6th, that it ain't Trump's January 6th. It's CIA, FBI, Antifa, and all EVOP and all the other characters on that Luciferian blood-sucking ticket. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we see the January 6th, they go that Luciferian piece of garbage, AF6 again. Charges would not be, you know what I'm saying, good for the country. You know what I'm saying? This is coming up by Martin Pingelli, you know what I'm saying, in Washington, D.C., 19 hours ago, coming off The Guardian. Remember, this is the late edition, so it could be later, here or now. We see Ron DeSantis said that charges against Donald Trump, Trumpy Bear, baby, over the election subversion, the election subversion that, you know, accumulated in the deadly. No, it was not deadly. No, it was not deadly. Let's get that bullshit out of here talking about a deadly attack. What was deadly about the deadly attack? There was no deadly attack. Nobody got hurt except those two people who seem to have been their schematical scapegoat to prove their facts or put in the word deadly. An attack on Congress would not be good for the U.S. No, it would not. And it would not be good for a lot of y'all candidates as well. That goes for Chris Christie, crooked ass, and many others who are spewing this piece of garbage without no proof. Where's the proof? We want concrete, breaking down all the way through proof. Because like I said, Trump was a standing president and should have rights to hold on to his legacy and his documents. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, creep Joe Biden was a senator and he also was holding on to his documents and so forth and so on. Same thing he did when he took all the documents, probably coming from 9/11 and the trickery garbage and pulling us into all these wars and trying to justify them and hide all kinds of criminal shit that they did. And even when it comes to Hillary Clinton and the criminal shit she did, you know what I'm saying, hiding all those documents and then lie to the people and tell them it was the Saudis. You know what I'm saying? And bullshitical. Same thing they did with John F. Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? When he got assassinated and all the other bullshit, all the documents was sealed and nobody could get to those documents or find out to read any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you did, you probably was followed by the CIA or the FBI to make sure that they snuff your ass out. You know what I'm saying? They garbage. But then again, they saying that he didn't have no rights to declassify those documents, but neither did none of them. They shouldn't have took those documents from the White House at all in more ways than one. And they should have been secured in each chamber belonging to each president and his legacy, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, later on, down the years, be able to go over and see all the things that have been done or this and that. Same thing go for nutcase ass. Matter of fact, he shouldn't have no documents. He should really be kicked out of government. But he have documents also. And I didn't hear it back in the days, Bush or any of these people saying that they took the documents and they were declassified for them to toss them around to China and every other place in the world. You know what I'm saying? While they infiltrate our country from the inside out, even in our very own government. Anytime you could have 100 police stations just in New York alone, all over America as a whole. What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you're talking about defunding the American police department all over America. But you have 100 and many other people coming over here setting up police stations. How did Chinese guys, CCP and them, come over and set up a police station? And 100 of them, probably just in New York alone. Come on, please. You're garbage. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing here. I don't know what Ron DeSantis is trying to do, but he ain't doing nothing except making himself look to me like a fool. I get your point, but your point is not valid because you're using words that should not be there without thorough investigation. You know what I'm saying? He talking about, I hope he doesn't get charged. You know what I'm saying? Florida governor told, because if we get charged, we're going to know your asses as crooked as a motherfucker. And the government is over when it comes to protecting the people or doing the people's business as a whole, and the people need to take over and form a strong, solidary government, not racidary. You know what I'm saying? You got to shake the racism out of your ass, or what's going to happen is the very same thing that is happening now. Remember, you're not in America or on this planet alone. You know what I'm saying? So you need to pay more close attention to this garbage. You know what I'm saying? We see a Florida plant in Missouri shut down over possible threats. You know what I'm saying? Sheriff Walker says. You know what I'm saying? The call allegedly came from a it looked like a disgruntled employee, official said. You know what I'm saying? As we see. So we got shut down. But we see here where the Ford Assembly, plant in Clickamo, Missouri was evacuated. Yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying? You have plenty of this disgruntled shit going on. Especially after the company made him probably do something he didn't want to do, and now he's paying for it because he's feeling that pressure. But we see the former, we see the pocket farmer, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Donald Trump. Until that is so, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? We see the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, DOJ official defends right of center Jack Smith investigation. He is not an agent of the deep state. Jack Smith probably, yes, he is, and many of other ones. But we see the former deputy, Attorney General Richard Donahue or whatever, you know what I'm saying, Defense Department of Justice Special Counsel Jack Smith. Yeah, he would defend some shit like that using that news. Yeah, he'd be on some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't a part of the deep state. He back in the DOJ. And he back in the DOJ. Yeah, he gonna be on some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna try to clear Jack Smith anyway. You know what I'm saying? But with you saying that Jack Smith he's saying the Deputy Attorney General Richard Donahue, or whatever his name is, Defense Department of Justice Counsel Jack Smith from Republican attacks on Tuesday claimed Smith was politically right in the center and not an agent of the deep state. He's lying, he's wordplaying, and all that bullshit. This guy here, Richard Donahue, trust me, he's a deep stater. He's a deep stater. That's a fact. That's a fact. This came in by Charlie Nash 14 hours ago Eastern Standard Time of the media. You know what I'm saying? He's lying. But Donahue, who served briefly in he served briefly with Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States administration, between December 2020 and January 2021, defends Smith on News Nation, you know what I'm saying, Dan Abrams, you know what I'm saying, live after Smith sent Trump a letter, informing him of an investigation into the efforts to overturn the result of the 2020. He didn't have no effort to overturn anything. What effort? After House Speaker McCarthy accused Joe Biden administration of weaponizing the Department of Justice against Trump ahead of the 2024, election. That's exactly right. I told them that would happen. They were going to drag this here out all the way to the 2024 election. Yeah? But, again, Wesley Hunt said that Hillary Clinton, which we knew this. I knew it, but when you're a soul single voice and you're just point blizzy, you know what I mean? Your words are not going to really go clear like their words will. And you could best believe by the time it do so, it would have been said, "I'll take quite a time," but not heard or remembered or investigated down to the letter and bring prosecution upon it. Because the first thing they're going to say out their mouth is the FBI who's working with them, not the people. The first thing they're going to say out their mouth, oh, they don't want to investigate because they don't want to interfere with a presidential election. Same thing you did with Obama. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Obama. The same thing you did with Bush. You know what I'm saying? Same thing you did with the Clintons. Slick Willie and Hillary Clinton. Same thing you're doing with all these politicians that's in our government. Why would you say that? So they got away, literally. They got away, literally, with pedophilia and blood sacrifice, basically. You know what I'm saying? Pedophilia right in our face. You know what I'm saying? And then bragging on it all across America with these movie stars and rappers and movies and shit. So they got away with this shit, but then somehow may have even gotten indicted for it. But it was around election time, so for well they ain't going to interfere with that because they did it with Hillary Clinton. But you see, they tried to do it to Donald Trump for some reason. Because the FBI agent said, Mr. Wesley said that the agent said that he was not going to investigate Hillary Clinton, prosecute or investigate her crimes because they knew she had committed crimes. The FBI knew that. You know what I'm saying? That she had created many crimes and still doing so even when she was not in there anymore. Some of the wickedest crimes that would probably make you throw up. Hillary Clinton nasty ass, shit. That shit, you seen the shit that she did and make you throw up. Literally. You know what I mean? Literally. Throw up. Her and a bunch of others. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for Mike Pence silly ass too. He not getting on here because you were vice president. He's squeaky clean. Squeaky clean how? None of them are. But the functioning government that we have is very fragile based on influence from outside and the inside, you know what I'm saying, terrorism from within our own government has allowed in beastly terrorist individuals from other countries and fed them our money, gave them all shit over Americans that Americans don't even fucking have. Some do, some don't, and that's small time. But when we're talking about the overwhelming of the United States security and all this and the economy and all this, they have let all types of people from China and other people come in here and literally in our shit, same as we see in Cuba. We don't know what the real deal is going on, but we know for what that don't sound right. Now, why was Hillary Clinton not investigated? We don't know. But it was told that they were not going to investigate her after the horrendous crimes that she committed and walk away and then go over there to a college and became a chancellor or whatever she called herself doing to make herself look good. You see? So she didn't get investigated for all the criminal shit she did. She didn't even get investigated for accusing Donald Trump of Russian collusion. She didn't get in trouble for many other crimes, including probably pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? With her busy ass. But at the same time, because they do it too. You know what I'm saying? They do it too. They do it because they're women. They do the dumb shit and the bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start paying more closer attention to a lot of this shit. It doesn't matter what we see here on this web and what we see here on that web. This has to do with us looking into it, period. while you leaving it up to everyone else, and they talking a whole bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? And a whole bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? You know, we even see where, you know, weaponizing the Department of Justice, you know, on Donald J. You know what I'm saying? Now, where's the black leadership that should be up there in the presidency? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Wesley, you know, Wesley Hunt seems to be the most strongest one they got. You know what I'm saying? Where's the other? And there's another brother too that was up there was dropping some beans, you know what I'm saying, and doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But we need to see more young people getting into this so we can have a more stronger candidacy for presidency than these clowns that we see and the garbage that they're doing, even pushing it to nuclear war and also, you know, a race war, you know what I'm saying, by opening all our borders, you know what I'm saying, and bringing in 4.9 trillion people into our country and talking shit. You see? And talking shit. But you ain't extend that courtesy to Donald Trump. You ain't say I'm not going to investigate Donald Trump because I don't want to mess around with a presidential election 2024. You tried your best to call yourself prosecuting this man on some false-ass, crooked-ass shit that y'all always been doing when it comes to the demon blood Democrats and the crooked-ass Republicans and probably those in the Popular Party and also, you know, the Independent, you know what I'm saying, party and many other parties. You know what I'm saying? Even Andrew Yang up there talking about he coming over here, his Chinese looking behind, talking about he gonna come over here, you know, and start a third party. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear the black people saying that. So who's leading our community down the shithole is what I need to understand. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because he's saying here, Donahue, you know, I think nothing could be further from the truth. He is lying. For some people, Donald Trump will always be the man who was, you know, targeted because he stand up to corrupt elites. You know what I'm saying? For others, he will always be a Benedict Donald. Now, he will always be a true champion. You know what I'm saying? A Benedict champion. You know what I'm saying? Punk. You know what I'm saying? A leader who put his own interests above the country. Yeah, that's right. When did he do that? I don't know, because if his interest was above the country was doing pretty good until y'all crooked asses and demon Democrat deep state asses got up in there. Those people will never be convinced either way. No, you want to convince us either way. You know what I'm saying? But what we have to focus on are the people who have not made up their minds. Yeah, because you're going to psychologically brainwash them and die. And that what the Justice Department, you know what I'm saying, will do. And that's what I think Jack Smith is doing. I think Jack Smith, to me, is an idiot. And I don't give a flying fuck what you say. 95% of your invasion on African people, South America, and this country as a whole, you know what I'm saying, didn't bring nothing good to it except hell, heroism, murder, blood-sucking, biomedical garbage that filled up this earth with graves. You fucking bees. Garbage. You garbage. You know what I'm saying? In many ways. After Abraham's ass. So you think it's unfair, you know what I'm saying, when someone or it's unfair when some on the right, or you know what I'm saying, some on the right, you know what I'm saying, from what he's saying, some on the right where? You know what I'm saying? Get the country right. You know, some on the right or on some on the right or some on the far right. You know, it shouldn't be no far right and it shouldn't be no right. Right is right, period. Fuck the far right and all the bullshit. That's another thing needs to stop. That tells us the different influence of the garbage that's been going on, whether it's the far left or the left and far left. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But far right, you know what I'm saying, have been saying he's just a tool of the left wing. You know, Donahue responded. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I don't believe that for a minute. Yes, you do, Punk. I've known Jack Smith for decades. Yes, you do, Punk. You know what I'm saying? I've seen and worked many cases, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and some crooked shit probably over the years, you know what I'm saying, up close. Yeah, the crooked shit up close that y'all did to probably the whole world and the people itself. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him work incredibly hard at doing that, and what he's always done is follow the facts, and no, he's following bullshit. Don't give me that shit. This ain't nothing but coming up from this idiot. You know what I'm saying? Wordplay and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But we see a man who runs a web domain for a Russian ally country said he's been accidentally sent millions of U.S. military emails for 10 years, including sensitive information like a general's travel, I guess, itinerary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Imagine that. You were sending it the whole time. Yeah, to who? An operative who working for the CCP. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my please. You know what I mean? You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? There's only one way Trump can win in the 2024. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in, look like coming in by Merle Matthew, opinion commentator one day ago. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't trying to say that Trump has, you know, Trump has one path to win the 2024 presidential election. Oh yeah, only one way. You know what I'm saying? That is, of course, he wants the GOP nomination and avoids a federal criminal conviction. No, let's back that up. He wants to seek the nomination because he should and he deserves it. Let's give it up. Because if it was a black man in his position, I would be saying the same goddamn thing. And it's not their God, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about when it comes to my God, you know what I'm saying? My mom. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this straight, punk. You know what I'm saying? But we see, you know what I'm saying, that's where my heaven comes from. And I came to that heaven. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when we look at this here, talking this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? He wants the nomination because he deserves that nomination. That's number one. Number two, he was cheated out of presidency by these crooked beasts. Number two. Number four, number three, when it comes to the criminal conviction, you made sure that he got that set up on him in all ways so he don't win the 2024 election. You're full of shit, then. You're full of shit now. You're probably going to be full of shit in the future. Anyway, we're moving on. And, you know what I'm saying? And criminal conviction is the same path that helped him to win the 2060. Ironically, he has virtually no control over that path because it depends on someone else. You know what I'm saying? A viable third-party candidate. You know what I'm saying? Neither Trump nor creepy ass Biden is popular with the vote. Wait a minute. Yes, he's popular with the voters. He's popular with a lot of voters. You know what I'm saying? You're lying and you're word playing and downplaying it to make it small. Stop the bull. bullshit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like Trump, and a lot of people want to see him win that election again. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people want to put him, not win it, but put him back in the chief and the commander seat, where he should have stayed until further notice, especially when it came to a pandemic of that great proportion in which their fake ass said it was. You know what I'm saying? Which they probably planned it anyway. But neither Trump nor either one, according to them, in the morning consult, found that, you know what I'm saying, found that a Trump creepy ass Biden rematch. There's no rematch. There's no rematch. If you have a rematch with creepy ass nutcase Biden ass, you is out your fucking mind. Period. And I know you are. And there is no other way to go around that. You're full of shit then, just like you're full of shit now. Don't give me that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because we could clearly see, you know what I'm saying, even though both of them may have their little gripe or whatever, have done things in life, we clearly see which one at this time would have been a better position. You know what I'm saying? And many things would not have happened. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because what we're seeing coming from the NATO nations is a whole lot of bullying bullshit on Russia. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. That's what we see. So you could fuck your rematch and all that stupid shit that you're talking about, because nobody gives a flying crap. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the country become stronger in its ways. You know what I'm saying? We see in this one, a major league owner, a major league baseball owner, you know, a brutal move against Donald J. Trump, but we see a brutal move against his sick ass brain too. You know what I'm saying? This is coming by Kevin one day ago, coming off the comeback. You know what I'm saying? Kev, you know who you is, baby. I think it's Kevin Harris. You know what I'm saying? As the Republican primary begins to take shape, you know what I'm saying, with the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying, you know, with Donald J. We see here where, you know, it's starting to take shape in more ways than one. Let me try to ease it here, you know, people. But we see as takes shape, you know, Donald Trump facing off against Ron DeSantis as they try to earn the Republican nomination for the 2024 presidential election. It sounds like a permanent major league, you know what I'm saying, a Major League Baseball team owner. It sounds like a Major League Baseball team owner has made it clear who he's supporting. Oh yeah. According to the report from the political writer Alex Schultz or whatever, SF Gate or whatever, it says Gate. Francisco Giants principal owner Charles Johnson just gave a maximum donation to Ron DeSantis. That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. And that don't mean that Ron DeSantis is a better candidate than Trump. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean shit. Ron DeSantis has got to prove his worth. You know what I'm saying? Now his worth was proved based on what he did for Florida, and I commend him for that. I commend him for that. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at what it needs and what it's going to take to quell many of the ailments that these demon Democrats have brought into our country, we've got to get more smart. You know what I'm saying? We've got to get more smart. You know what I'm saying?